Hello, this is something very interesting. I've kind of created a setup for my home shooting. I like the background, I like this little bit of light around me, and I like the fact that I can sit very comfortably and be talking to you. And so I'm going to begin this series of sharing from the kind of learning and a deeper insight that I'm getting about life. First, you must grant to me that I'm a very foresighted kind of person. In India, we use a term called Dirgadarsi, the one who can see the coming times. Yes, in the month of December, I took a decision that all my staff will work from home. They don't have to come to the office out here. And can you imagine 2.5 months later, in the whole world, every company is telling their employees, work from home. Yeah, of course, I'm joking about that. But I must also tell you that this learning for me about myself has been very significant. One thing that I learned was that my own need for space, and when I say space, physical space, silent space, unobtrusive space, is quite a bit. And I completely enjoy when I find that I have physical and intellectual and emotional space available. And this is available more when you are not into interactions and not into interdependencies of some kind, but you're able to be by yourself, a lot more reflective, a lot more introspective, and doing things at your pace. So I think that's working out very well. I don't know about my team members, whether they're grudging working from home, but it looks like it's working out pretty well. The second thing that I have become clear about this year is that I'm very, very consciously embarking on this theme of more of less. Yes. I'm going to pick up far fewer things this year, maybe in every domain that I'm interested in. For example, I'm interested in management, I'm interested in leadership, I'm interested in social development, I'm interested in socio-political transformation, I'm interested in writing my book, because I'm interested in, of course, my acting and doing some interesting characters. So there are so many interests. But with this multitudes of things, I have also decided that I will pick very few, but focus very deeply. For example, in the area of management and leadership, what I picked up this year for myself is to dive much more deeply and really come with some breakthrough concepts and ideas related to ownership and accountability. And I think that's something that I'm working on for the last quite a few years. And I think this idea, how do you really create ownership for accountability for team performance, accountability for fully living your role, accountability for social good, accountability for large communities. We're all okay to take accountability and ownership about ourselves. But how do you go beyond that and truly live that? This is something that I'm going to be diving very deep and working on this year. The second thing that I recognized is this interesting thing called, I use the word space, my requirement was space, but I think there's a more interesting terminology again in the Indian language. I call it Nidhanam. Nidhanam is a combination of doing things mindfully, patiently, gradually, without getting pressurized and hurried or getting into all kinds of finishing line excitement. I'm enjoying this phase of Nidhanam. There were some reasons for that. Our man Friday at home, Srinivasan, who takes care of the house security, the garden, the cleaning up and all that. Unfortunately, he was a little unwell for the last 2 months. So I stepped in and I was doing all that he was doing. And I'm thoroughly enjoying the cleaning outside the house, the cleaning within the house garden, the upkeep every day, collecting the dried leaves, and once in a while creating small bonfire of those, really digging deep and taking away the weeds. I spend on an average half an hour every day in the garden. And at a very steady, slow pace. There is nothing to prove, there is nothing to achieve, just with the plants, flowers, with the grass, with the ground. And I think that this is moving into and starting to influence even the way that I work. And I can see that it's influencing the way that I talk. Completely enjoyable, I would say. So that's the other thing that I'm picking up, Nidhanam. Nidhanam actually is very consciously, deliberately, unhurriedly diving deep into things. So more of less, which means choices, and then focusing on select few. The second one, diving deep into accountability and ownership, and I'm going to come with some awesome stuff. And the third one, to completely enjoy this idea of Nidanam. Mindful, steady, fully enjoying every moment living. You're not feeling a little jealous about this, right? This rascal is getting away with so many things. Well, one of those times. So take care, coronavirus and all that. But I guess as long as we continue to have personal discipline and hygiene of a particular kind in a steady way, I think then nature works with us. When we become greedy, and I think these three dimensions of objective reality, time, quantity, and quality, when instead of speed, we start becoming hasty, when instead of growth of volumes, we become greedy, when instead of recognizing our uniqueness, we start becoming arrogant. This is what nature does to us. It comes with one huge stick and beats the hell out of the human system. So you'll say hello to nature and say, we'll be a lot more friendly from now onwards. So have a wonderful week. You're going to be enjoying Raja's reflections. Yes, by the way, that's my YouTube, Reflect with Rajaah. Okay? So sign into the YouTube, like it, and subscribe for it. All the very best. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Good luck to you.